Tarot with Kat. This is Monday, September 29th, and this is my reading for Aries, our first fire sign today, for the week of September 29th through October 6th. So this is my brand new YouTube channel. I started it September 1st. I do readings every Monday for all the fire and earth signs, and every Wednesday for all the air and water signs. Love doing tarot. I've been doing it for years. I have some other videos I'm working on putting together for my channel about tarot if you want to learn the tarot, so do check them out. I'll post them at the end of this video if you hang out. I really appreciate that. If you like the reading, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's see what we've got going on for Aries this week, the week of September 29th. So astrologically speaking, you should be bursting with energy, Aries, with everything that's happened, and you being an Aries, the Aries, the first sign in the zodiac, they love to jump in action, and so you're probably bursting with energy this week, which is easy to stay active and productive. I think you're feeling really active and productive this week. Challenges don't really faze you right now, but you have to be really mindful of overextending yourself and overcommitting. Channel your drive into like creative or physical outlets in order to avoid that burnout, you guys, is what you should be doing, Aries, right now, astrologically speaking. So let's see what the tarot has to say for you, shall we? All right. This is our reading for Aries for the week of September 29th through October 6th. All right. So using got my lepidolite here, which I brought home from Stockholm, from the castle in Old Stockholm this summer. And we're using the Smith Waite tarot deck today. There you are. There you are, Aries. So you're being, oh gosh, look, no, it's Pixie popping out. So this is a bonus card that's included in the Centennial Smith Waite deck. It's a bonus piece of artwork by Pixie. This one, she looks a lot like the Empress, but I'll put a close-up of her, and that's just Pixie popping out to say hi. So let's get the card that is you to this week, Aries. I put links to these decks in the descriptions of all my videos, so if you're interested, click the little more button under the video and it will open up the full description of this reading, where there's links like that. If you really want to support my channel and want to buy me a coffee, there's a link there. And I also put scriptural connections there, so do check out the description section. Okay, so Aries, this week you are being represented by the Sun. What a beautiful card to be represented by this week, Aries, the Sun card. 18th major arcana. The thing that's crossing you as your challenge, your awareness, obstacle sometimes is the Hierophant. Right off the bat, 2 major arcana, Aries. So down here in your subconscious toolshed, what you're bringing to the table this week is 7 of Swords. Okay. In the immediate past this week, you're stepping out of Ace of Pentacles kind of a deal. Cool. Sounds like you have some new venture going that's gonna get things cooking and flowing for you. Crowning you up here in your ideal is Temperance, another major arcana. This is quite the powerful reading so far, Aries, for this week. Okay, and then the immediate future, you'll be stepping into the night. You'll have the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, I'm excited for this thing, Aries, that you're working at, that you got going on. So you yourself and your environment are going to be looking at a 2 of Wands, making a decision about maybe where to live or homes or travel, or trying to decide on, stuff like that in your environment. That is you in your environment this week, Aries. Your environment is making you feel like an 8 of Swords. Okay, so we've got 7 of Swords down here and then 8 of Swords in your environment. Okay, so you're coming out of something difficult. We'll get into that in a minute. And then in your ideal, right here, or your hopes and fears section here, we've got a 7 of Cups. our first cup showing up, although we do have Temperance, which is like the cups flowing and lots of water also. And then the final outcome is a Death card, which is not bad. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. So I'm so excited. I'm working on a video for October for Halloween about the scariest cards in the tarot. I used to be really afraid to do tarot readings because what am I going to do if the Death card shows up? Oh my gosh, it's so scary. And you know what? When we do the scariest cards in the tarot, the Death is far, far from the scariest one. So I hope you'll check out that video. I'll link it at the end of this video. The whole month of October, I'll be linking my scariest cards in the tarot deck video, and I'll help you check it out and have some fun with that and learn a little more about tarot. So, boy, oh boy, oh boy, what a spread. So many major arcana. So let's check out. I also like to come over here and pull a clarification card. This card will keep hidden at the end, and it will clarify or give us, further insight or confirmation about this reading here that we're doing, Aries. So let's see there we go. Well, there we go. So that card right there is going to be our confirmation card for this reading. Okay, Aries. All right. All right, so Aries. I think I said that you're feeling you're like, ooh, I'm ready to go. I've got this beautiful idea. I'm good. I'm charging forward. You're represented by the Star, which is a beautiful card. She's all about making a wish and trusting your faith and a lot about faith. And I would say make a wish because she's the card of wishes being granted. So I have a feeling you're kind of feeling like that. I think you have something exciting happening, some new venture opportunity happening in your recent past, which is this Ace of Pentacles right here. Now, and you have a Knight of Pentacles that you're moving into. So here you go, you got your recent past, yourself, and what you're flowing into, and that really flows with this whole opportunity that you have happening right here. So over here we've got a Knight of Pentacles. He's the most static of all the knights, though, and that's a warning too. Not a warning, but a word of advice from the tarot is to, in issue things like these Ace of Pentacles opportunity situations, it's wise to be cautious and be careful and be deliberate and be disciplined and committed and consistent. And so that's what that card is telling you. And you might also have some sort of messenger person coming in with an offer about this Ace of Pentacles idea that you've just had in your recent past. So you're being crossed by you're being crossed by the Hierophant. And this is coming up as an awareness or a challenge. Now, the Hierophant always represents our religious groups, our church groups. It's societal authority and rules of society and norms. It's like that. It's the fifth major arcana, so it could be any groups that you belong to where you guys have a common set of norms and expectations from the group is crossing you, Aries. And so that's interesting because you've also got down here below you what you have coming out of in your life. This is the Seven of Swords. Look out, the Seven's about. He's sneaking away with Five of the Swords. He's being super sneaky and somebody's getting ripped off. This is a card that says, be strategic, be careful, watch out for people like this. So I think you've come out of things in your past, Aries, where you've been kind of screwed over, if I could say that. It's like, or not, treated right or properly. And so you're kind of carrying that inside of you and with you as you come into this situation. So what's crowning you up here in your ideal, Aries, is the Temperance card. And so this card is telling you to be careful and balance things out. I think it's like I said at the beginning, you have some brilliant idea that you're rushing ahead with. For some reason, you're coming up in your awareness the social groups in your life right now, especially if it's like a religious group or especially religious affiliations and authorities and school, that also. So you're being advised to have temperance. Take the time, be creative, use those physical outlets to avoid burnout. Like I said in the beginning, that's the temperance card. So that's what's crowning you in your ideal. That's what we're striving to do, Aries, right now, while you got all this energy going on. And even the Knight of Pentacles that you're stepping into, the Knight of Pentacles situation is saying, whoa, slow down, be cautious, be careful. Okay? Because you and your environment, you're making some sort of decision. You're making a decision about where to go, where to live. The wands have to do with, if they're a fire sign, they have to do with actions. They have to do with moves, travel. And twos are generally a decision to be made or choice or something. So I feel like you in your environment right now are making a decision or a choice around something like that. Somewhere to go or maybe a move, maybe trying to decide the right place for you to live. Because your environment around you where you are is making you feel like the Eight of Swords. So this is a card of feeling very trapped. And not knowing and not being able to see your way out, feeling trapped. Could be the result of this Seven of Swords shenanigans that you've had happen to you, that you're still kind of carrying inside of you. But anyway, it's important always with these swords, with these cards, to remember that much of this is self-imposed, because swords about what we're thinking and our thoughts and where we're putting our thoughts, how we're thinking, and how we're communicating. And so she could easily shake off the blindfold and see her way out of these swords. They're not really entrapping her. She's not actually unable to escape. It's a trap of her own making. So, but that is how your environment is around you right now, Aries, is making you feel trapped. You got to exercise some temperance. You're in your hopes and fears is all of these options. So I don't know if you feared or hope all these options. It could be that you're fearing this, like, oh my gosh, I've got a lot of ways to go and I don't know which one to choose. This is often a card of stagnation, of like, oh my gosh, I've got analysis paralysis, because I've got all these equally good-looking options and I don't want to choose the wrong one. So it could be that, but you could also be hoping that whatever this ventures that you want to do opens up a lot of different opportunities. Maybe it's the kind of thing where once you do this, it's going to open up all different avenues for you. Maybe that's a dream of yours too, in whatever this pentacle situation is of yours, Aries. So then we get to the final boom, scary card. Not a scary card, actually, not at all. Last, you'll have to watch the episode to find out which one comes in first, because I do rank them. But this one ranks last of the top 5. It's the 5th scariest card in the tarot deck. And, it rarely, it actually means an actual death. Although we deal with those all the time, every day, especially the longer you live. If you have a healthy body and a long life, you're going to live and you're going to be, saying goodbye to friends and dealing with these actual death situations. So, but more often than not, this is a death to old things, the old ways, old ideas, whatever. And when you are stepping into like a brand new next level kind of life and reality and venture, you have to have death to the old. It's not a scary card. There's not very much black in it at all. There's just a little bit in the flag there, and then the horse is white, which signifies purity. If you look at the cards, and I'll put the card up here on display for you guys so you can see closer, but you have different characters in the picture approaching death differently. So you've got the priest that's pleading with death. You've got the child that's kind of looking quizzically and questioning death, and there's a woman that's lamenting, and there's a guy that's prostrate on the ground. And But death itself is walking off, pretty triumphant. You got the skeleton there, and walking off into a sunrise, into a brand new rebirth, reawakening, new day, new thing. And so that's what this signifies as your final outcome, is you're stepping into something brand new. You're really shedding some old stuff and you're stepping into something totally brand new, because you're the star. You're wishing on a star. You've got some big, wonderful idea. So as long as you practice temperance, Aries, the Hierophant card, maybe you belong to some groups that either are an awareness for you to utilize them because they'll help you, or evaluate them because maybe they're not. I don't know what that is for you, that Hierophant card that's crossing you. So curious to find out what our confirmation card is. I have no idea. If you think you know, put it in the comment section, but it can only be something about moving forward. What did we say in the beginning with what's happening to you? You're wanting to rush ahead. I'm saying breathe, have temperance. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we didn't see like a Two of Pentacles or you know, another temperance, or any card confirming any of these, the star, the sun, the moon. Well, maybe not the moon. Let's see what it is. It's a Page of Pentacles. So we got a Page of Pentacles. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight and Page of Pentacles. So Page is a message about, you know, this, whatever this is, keep an eye out for that, and just make sure you're doing, like I said, that you're exercising temperance and keeping that balance. Okay, Aries. Oh my gosh, thank you for joining me again for another week. If you're returning, if not, if you're new, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I really, really appreciate it. I am Kat. Check out this video here, the scariest cards in the tarot deck. Excuse me. Also, hit the lotus blossom on the other side to subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate it. And I will see you next week, Aries.